Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Today? You
Smile.
It's okay.
They can see, hear your smile.
So, and then I'll pass it to you. And don't worry, I'll be here to support you the entire time.
I just haven't been on live before.
It's okay.
It's all right.
You performed in front of an audience, which is the same thing, and you did fantastic.
All right, you can read.
Thank you for tuning into the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Savannah, and I'm here with Madison.
Hello.
We invite you to listen to our broadcast both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel, Monday to Friday, between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. The site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader, Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. To start us off, Madison is going to be reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen. Go ahead, Madison.
Thank you, Savannah. As you can see, or
It's okay.
read, the article I'm reading to you today, The Kitchen Incorporated receives largest gift in nonprofit history, about $2.5 million grant of dollars from Bezos Fund. It says Melee Spencer, chef executive officer of the kitchen, said that the grant opportunity was invitation only. She submitted the application a few months ago under strict
Confidentiality.
yes. And it's by Jackie
Rahald.
Yeah, sorry if I mispronounced that.
It's okay.
So there's a picture of the Sam F. and June S. Hamra Family Support Building, which is located at 730 North Glenstone Avenue, which is home to the Kitchen Incorporated sports team provided by Kitchen Incorporated. The Kitchen Incorporated is a Springfield nonprofit that works to end homelessness, and it's being rewarded a $2.5 million grant from the Day One Families Fund, which is a nonprofit created by Amazon Jeff Bezos and his wife, Lauren
Sanchez.
Bezos.
It's okay.
The Kitchen Incorporated provides shelter, housing, and wraparound services to families and individuals experiencing homelessness in Southwest Missouri. Melee Spencer, chef executive officer of the kitchen, said that the grant opportunity was invitation only, and she submitted to the application a few months ago under strict confidentiality. Yes. Spencer and her team learned that on Monday, December 1st, that the kitchen was awarded the grant, which is the largest gift in the nonprofit's history. The Kitchen Incorporated is part of the 8th annual cohort of organizations across the country receiving funding from the Day One Families Fund to deepen their work to help every family have a safe, stable place to call home. And fulfilling a promise. It says this incredible investment will strengthen our ability to bring stability and purpose to families who have nowhere else to turn. Spencer said once in a news release. He even says it comes at a
Pivotal.
Time as we're facing rising costs and shifts in the federal funding. This support ensures we can sustain and grow the work that Sister Lorraine
Lorraine
envisioned 42 years ago, helping us to fulfill our promise to ensure every child and family in our community has a safe and stable place to call home. The Kitchen Incorporated will use its Day One Families Fund grant to serve even more families experiencing homelessness in Springfield or Greene County, as well as Christian and Webster counties, with the goal of ensuring no child in our community sleeps outside, according to the release. Specifically, the Kitchen Incorporated plans to use this one-time grant over the next 5 years to stabilize families with its new shelter expansion with dignified private units, strengthen family-focused case management, and enhance on-site support, which will allow more family to move from crisis to permanent housing more quickly. The Kitchen Incorporated was also identified to receive this grant by a group of national advisors who are leading advocates and bringing expertise on homelessness, housing policy, and effective approaches and solutions to family homelessness, the release said. George Bufford Stark, Chief Operating Officer of the Kitchen Incorporated, said in the release, the grant enhances us every part of our work, outreach, shelter, housing, and supportive services. It allows us to work more efficiently, expand our capacity, and remove barriers so families can reach safe, stable housing sooner. According to the release, the Day One Families Fund has awarded 280 grants totaling more than $850 million, according to organizations serving families in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and Guam, since the fund was created back in 2018.
That is the end of the article.
And that's the end of the article. Thanks for listening.
All right. I will also be reading an article from Springfield Daily Citizen. International artist Juan Gorizabal bringing architectural ghost sculpture to Springfield's birthplace of Route 66 Plaza.
Oh, that's cool.
The Spanish artist will discuss his upcoming Ghost of the Colonial Hotel installation during a free December 4th artist talk at the historic Fox Theater. This article is written by Jeff Kissinger. There is a picture depicting the model of the Ghost of the Colonial Hotel that Juan Gorizabal will construct in downtown Springfield as a part of the birthplace of Route 66 Plaza. This photo is provided by Sculpture Walk Springfield. An internationally recognized artist is preparing to create one of his famous architectural ghost sculptures in downtown Springfield. Before he gets to work, the public will have the chance to learn more about the artist and the art at a free event on December 4th. John Gorizabal is making a technical visit to the Queen City this week, and his itinerary includes an artist talk at the historical Fox Theater. Doors open at 6 p.m., with the talk beginning at 6:30. A casual reception at the Mud Lounge will follow the artist talk. The artist talk is designed to be an accessible conversational event where Juan shares the history behind the Ghost of the Colonial Hotel, his creative process, and how he approaches the large-scale architectural memory pieces, said Bridget Betchel, Executive Director of Sculpture Walk Springfield. He'll walk attendees through the inspiration, research, and technical planning that goes into a work of this scale. We're building in time for an open Q&A so the community can engage directly with Juan, whether they're curious about the history, the fabrication, the engineering, or the artistic vision behind the piece. It's a rare opportunity to hear from an international artist at the very beginning of a project that will become a permanent part of Springfield's landscape. There's an article break, and it says, the Sculpture Walk and Rotary Clubs of Springfield are collaborating on the project. There is a second picture. This rendering by Dake Wells shows where Gon Garazabal's Ghost of the Colonial Hotel will stand in downtown Springfield. The sculpture is part of the birthplace of Route 66, rendering by Dake Wells. The photo is a mock-up of where the sculpture will be going. Sculpture Walk is teaming up with the Rotary Clubs of Springfield to commission Ghost of Colonial Hotel, which will be located on what is being called the birthplace of Route 66 Plaza, the former site of the Colonial Hotel near the intersection of Park Central East and Jefferson Avenue downtown. The plan is to dedicate the sculpture as part of the Route 66 Centennial Kickoff on April 30th, 2026. The Colonial Hotel figures prominently in Springfield's claim as the birthplace of Route 66. It was in that building in 1926 at a Rotary conference that local businessman John T. Woodruff led the committee that chose and promoted the name Route 66, helping establish its place in American history. They sent a telegram from the hotel suggesting the name to federal officials in Washington, D.C. It makes sense that the Rotary Club of Springfield would team up with Sculpture Walk on this project. Betchel said the collaboration began in early 2024 with Rusty Worley and the Rotary President's Council on behalf of the Rotary Clubs of Springfield. Approached Sculpture Walk about creating a sculptural centerpiece for the plaza. Birthplace Plaza has been a dream of many local Rotarians for a very long time, Betchel said. There was also a separate vision for an impact piece that incorporated light or neon, and we were immediately excited to help shape that as well. When Garazabal presented his concept, we realized it was exactly what we had hoped for, and so much more than we imagined. His architectural ghost of the Colonial Hotel beautifully honors Springfield's role in Route 66's history while giving a plaza contemporary, iconic identity. There's another break in the article. Garazabal's urban memories are about connection, not nostalgia. Garazabal is one of the most internationally renowned Spanish artists, and his most visible works are his urban memories, or memoria urbana, structures which combine sculptures and illumination. They recuperate long-lost architectural elements occupying vacant historical sites. Juan creates large-scale light and steel sculptures that trace the outlines of lost or vanished buildings, Betchel said. Instead of reconstructing the architectural literally, he recreates its memory using minimalist lines, illumination, and open frameworks. There is another picture depicting the artist Juan Garazabal. It is from when he was creating his series of urban memory sculptures. This photo is provided by Sculpture Walk Springfield. His first urban memory was finished in 2007 in Bucharest, Romania. Garazabal's work can also be seen in places like Berlin, Germany, Havana, Cuba, Miami, Florida, Paris, France, Seoul, South Korea. Betchel said that Garazabal's urban memories serve two purposes. For one, they make the invisible visible. He researches historical structures that once held significance to a community and reimagines their most iconic forms as illuminated outlines. The result feels like the spirit of a building returning to its original footprint. They also invite the public to step inside history, Betchel said. Because the sculptures are open and walkable, viewers move through that ghost of the architecture, experiencing its scale and presence without the mass. It turns absence into something you can occupy, a blend of archaeology, memory, and modern art. She added that this work isn't about nostalgia, it's about connection. His architectural ghosts honor what once stood on the land while creating something new, imaginative, and communal. They are both tribute and transformation, a way of saying this mattered and it still does. There's another break in the article. It says the ghost of the Colonial Hotel, just part of the plans for Birthplace Plaza. There is another picture depicting a mural in downtown Springfield. This mural was painted on the side of Park East Building in downtown Springfield during the Overlay Festival in October 2025. It is part of the developing birthplace of Route 66 Plaza. Photo by Overlay on Facebook. The mural depicts a woman standing in front of butterfly wings with her hand out, and the two artists standing in front of it. Ghost of the Colonial Hotel will stand roughly 20 feet by 18 feet, recreating the iconic outline of the Colonial Hotel's rooftop signage and architectural form. This sculpture isn't a literal construction. It's an artistic interpretation of the Colonial Hotel's presence, Betchel said. Juan's work is about honoring the spirit of a place while creating something entirely new for the community. This structure will join a Birthplace Plaza that is already being spruced up, a new mural with the nods to Route 66, and the spirit of adventure was painted on the Park East building during October's Overlay Fest. It is intended to be a forever piece, just like the ghost of the Colonial Hotel. In addition, the birthplace of Route 66 Plaza will also feature an informational kiosk by Pinnacle Sign and a 16-foot mosaic of the continental United States, created by Christine Schillings of Mosaic Studios. The exact location of that mosaic has not yet been determined, but it could happen while Garazabal is in town for his technical visit. Juan is here to study the plaza, confirm the measurements, review structural needs, locate power and lighting, and collaborate with the project teams. Every detail is engineered correctly, Betchel said. It's the behind-the-scenes work that ensures the installation goes smoothly and the artwork feels truly rooted in the space. Want to go? It is going to be held at the historic Fox Theater. The talk starts at 6:30 p.m., Thursday, December 4th. Doors open at 6. The admission is free. To learn more, visit the Sculpture Walk Springfield website or follow Sculpture Walk on Facebook or Instagram. That is the end of this article. Here's Madison with another article from the Springfield Daily Citizen.
Thank you. For this next article, it says, Ozarks Santa brings joy long after the Christmas lights fade. And this article is from Branson's Polar Express to private home visits. Jim Betherum has become Ozarks' defining Santa. This article is by Juliana Goodwin. And we have a photo depicting Jim Bertham.
Yes.
Jim Berthium. Betherum, sorry if I mispronounced that, is a real bearded Santa who does house visits, and he's very popular at area country clubs and appears at Hy-Vee and Bass Pro. This photo is by Tara Haley.
Photography.
It's a photography. You know how Santa flies all around the world delivering gifts on Christmas Eve? But did you realize he knows John Morris? Santa knows Johnny Morris. He lives near Pondicherry Lake, and he keeps candy canes in his boat because kids will holler out, Santa, when they see him. This Santa doles out 1,000 candy canes a year. St. Nick has also been out of $500 by a local talent agent, and this big guy isn't naming names, but suffice it to say, they're all on the naughty list. All these experience and more belong to Jim Berthium, who brightens thousands of lives every year where he puts on a red and white suit. Jim is the real deal. He's a member of the International Brotherhood of Real Bearded Santas, and he's the real go-to Santa for some of the biggest stores in Springfield, and even does so in house visits. It's a job that he takes seriously. Bertham once said, anyone can buy a red suit. I carry $500,000 liability insurance on myself, and I have a background check because I think that's important. You should not invite anyone into your home if they do not have a background check. Born on December 26th, he always loved Christmas, but his foray into Santahood didn't start until Father's Day of 2015, when he noticed his mustache was turning white. He decided to not shave it, as he decided to build a career to become St. Nick. And there's another picture, again by Abigail Troy. Another one by Abigail Troy. She's a photography too. Another picture by Jim Bertham as he's playing Santa in the Ozarks and looking the part with his white beard and mustache being real. And when it started turning gray, he decided to become Santa. This 68-year-old got a lucky break in his early career. He landed gigs at Bass Pro Shops in Branson in the day and then headed over to the Polar Express during the night. Berthium worked 10 to 12 hours a day. He once said, "After 2 years, I thought I am making an agent and I am making an agent a whole lot of money I could make myself. So I started representing myself, and it went a lot further than I thought it would." And although he keeps those hours during the holidays, he scores about 10 months out of the year doing commercials or other corporate work. Bethram is in high demand. He's been in ads for James River Church, the Big Blanket Company, Bass Pro Shops, and more. After Hurricane Dorian hit the Bahamas back in September of 2019, Johnny Morris decided to donate money to the island and flew Jim out to brighten out people's spirits. You'll find him now at country clubs in Springfield and Ozarks. He mostly does private events, visits homes, and does daycares. But he also works for Hy-Vee and Bass Pro for part of the season, which are fun gigs. Berthium talked to us about some memorable moments in his career. And there's another picture, once again by Abigail Troy, and it's Bethram reading to his little kids during a photo shoot. And in real life, he does read to kids when he does a home visit. Question 1, funny moments as Santa? Well, the home visits. When you enter the door and the kids see you, it is total chaos. I will offer to read a book. Kids will love it. Parents will love it. I have The Night Before Christmas and a new soon-to-be classic book called Fritz the Farting Reindeer. That is not for every family, but you can tell when it is. I incorporate a whole whoopee cushion with it. Those are hilarious times. Question 2. Tell me a special moment about Santa. When I was in the Polar Express, there was a doll left on the train, and little did I know I had a home visit with the family with that lost doll. They got a hold of me and said, "Jim, did anyone turn in the doll? It's our daughter's favorite doll." I checked, and it was there. So at the home visit, I was able to bring that little girl's doll back. That little girl is 16 now. It is rewarding because I've done home visits and watched them grow one day a year. But most of them, I am friends with their parents on Facebook, so I get to watch them grow. Question number 3. Can you share a silly memory? I was doing a shoot, and I was in full suit in a platoon, and it was 97 degrees. Holy cow. We are at Kimberling City under the big bridge. I am on the boat and see an elderly woman on the boat ramp, and I honk the horn and I wave at her. I know when she got home and told her husband, "I saw Santa Claus on a pontoon." And he's going to say, "You're going to have to stop drinking your breakfast because you did not see Santa in a suit on a platoon." It's another photo. It's a photo provided by Jim Berthium himself. He lives near Palm de Terre Lake. He loves fishing and keeps candy canes on his boat because kids will see him and scream out, "Santa."
The photo is a picture of Jim sitting in his boat holding up a fish that he recently caught.
Oh yeah, I got that part. Question number 4. Crazy request from a child? You get so many. Watermelon that will take you back. I've had cucumbers and broccoli. Sometimes you'll have pregnancy reveals, mom and dad, and a picture of their ultrasound with me, and they're revealing that they're pregnant on their Christmas card. Question number 5. Most heartbreaking thing a child has asked for? Sometimes you will have a child to ask for their mom and dad if their parent has passed. Oh, poor thing. Question number 6. How do you, am I right? Question number 6. How do you respond when a child asks for something like that? I'll say, "I know you miss them, and I remember your mommy or daddy when you were a little girl, and they would love for you to be happy because they are in a place where they are now happy. They miss and love you, but can't be with you now. If it is the right place, I will offer a prayer, but you'll have to maintain your composure, which is difficult. The older I am, and the more I see, the softer I get." And here's a picture next to Jim Berthium, and he's next to his grandson, Forrest, as he's whispering in his ear for a professional photo shoot. And this photo is once again by Abigail Troy. The article goes on to say, I was at Fetch, or Pet Supplies and Gifts, one time, and oh, good Lord, you did not expect to get touched doing pet photos. They brought in an old boxer, and he couldn't walk, just had wheels for the hind end, and they brought him in to get his picture with Santa. He was looking up at me, and I got down on the floor to take a picture with that boxer on the same level. He's probably not going to be around much longer, and he's just looking up at you. This is a picture I still have on my phone. These are the ones you don't forget. This picture is Berthium sitting down on the floor to pose with the boxer. His name is Queso, was disabled, and it's Santa doing photos at Fetch Supplies and Gifts. And he does photo shoots each year, and he says he will not forget this particular dog. This photo is once again provided by Jeff Berthium himself.
This is a photo of Queso the boxer laying next to Jim Berthium as he is dressed as Santa. They are both laying together, and the dog is wearing a Christmas sweater.
As he's trying to chew on his beard, too. Question number 7. What does a Santa costume cost, and how much do you have? Well, you can get one for $50, but a nice starter outfit is $450 to $600, and it goes up from there. I've got 6 suits. Dang. Question number 8. Have you ever been peed on? Never. I've had a dribble from a Cocker Spaniel at Fetch, but no kids. Question number 8. 9. Question number 9. Do you have any volunteer workers as Santa? I do 2 nursing homes and the cancer center in Boulevard. I donate for the cancer center in Boulevard. I donate 4 hours to law enforcement family photos because they have a thankless job. Their nursing home is one of the most depressing yet rewarding job of all. You go out into your truck, decompress, and shed some tears, and then get ready to go to the next. Some of the residents remember Santa and the memories they've had from childhood, and you might see an 85-year-old rocking a baby doll. One guy was a greeter from Walmart in Boulevard. I saw him after Christmas, and he said, I want to thank you. I said, what did he do? He said, he said, the last picture I have with my wife is with you at the nursing home. That will kill you when someone tells you that. The cancer center in Boulevard, when I go up there, I give everyone a naughty and nice coin and candy canes. They said it was so joyful and brought back memories. 2 years later, I was at Woods Express, a gas station, and someone yelled out, Santa! I turned around, and it was a guy from the cancer center. He said to me, wow, you probably don't remember my name, but I keep that coin with me every day. I said, you are making an impact, and I don't realize it. Savannah will now read the next article.
This is also from the Springfield Daily Citizen. Springfield area 2025-2026 girls basketball players to watch. A look at the top returning girls basketball talent in Greene County and neighboring Nixa and Ozark. This article is written by Ryan Collingwood. The top of the article has a picture of 5 girls, all in action shots from previous games. Will Kickapoo, Logan Rogersville, and Walnut Grove get back to Columbia? Will a talent-stocked Strawford team push through its brawny region and return to the state tournament after a 3-year absence? Those questions will answer themselves in the coming months. Until then, get to know the top returning players for the 2025-2026 season in the Daily Citizen coverage area. More than 24 earned postseason honors a season ago, including 5 All-State returns in Logan Rogersville, Haley Buckman, Strawford's Elise and Kinley Lauren, Kickapoo's Josie Salazar, and Ashgrove's Bristol Lathrop. Elise Larson Strafford. There's a picture depicting her in an action shot. This picture is provided by Bruce Stidham. The 5'10" senior guard and the Colorado State Pledge earned all-state honors last season despite missing several games with a knee injury. The Indians still managed to go 21-8 and win a district title with mostly underclassmen, including Lauren's then freshman sister, Kinley, who also earned all-state distinction. Their coach and father, Dustin Larson, will have one of the most experienced and talented stocked rosters in the area. Haley Buckman, Logan Rogersville. There's a shot of her passing somebody else the ball, right underneath her name. This is a picture by Joe Thomas, Greenbox Photography. Buckman averaged 19 points, 18 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals for a Logan Rogersville team that placed third at the Class 4 state tournament a year ago. This versatile 6-foot guard, SEMO commit, all-state selection, and 2-time conference MVP, leads a senior-loaded Wildcats team aiming to cut down the nets in Columbia. Josie Salazar, Kickapoo. There's a shot of her beneath her name, looking to shoot a free throw. Salazar helped the Class 6 Power Lady Chiefs place third at state last season, averaging 11 points en route to all-state honors. The speedy defensive-minded guard and Drury commit will take on more of a leadership role for a Kickapoo team that returned several starters and gained some talent transfers. Bristol Lathrop, Ashgrove. There's a picture of her stealing the ball from another person on the court, provided by Mary Ellen Chillis. A 6'1" junior wing who is generating Division I recruiting interest, Lathrop is one of the top small school talents in the region. The Class 2 All-State selection averaged 14 points, 8.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.5 steals a game for a young Pirates team that reached the district title game a season ago. Kinley Larson Strafford. There's a photo beneath her name of her dribbling the ball across the court during the Pink and White tournament at Drury University on December 31st, 2024. This photo is provided by Bruce Stidham. One of the top freshmen in all of Missouri a season ago, Larson, an all-state selection, is primed for a mammoth sophomore campaign alongside her Colorado State-bound senior sister and backcourt partner, Elise Larson. The Indians district included a loaded Logan's Rogersville team that placed third in Class 4 last season. Avery Havens, Ozark. Havens was an all-district and first-team all-central Ozark Conference selections as a sophomore, averaging 11.5 points a game for the 13-13 Tigers. Several experienced players returned to Ozark, including the 5'11" guard who can score in a variety of ways. Taylor Wood, Nixa, a 3-sport standout who has earned all district honors in each of her pursuits. Wood returns after leading the Eagles to a 25-4 mark a season ago. The 5'10" senior wing averages 11.5 points, 5.8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals as junior. Nixa lost much of its production to graduation, and the Eagles will look to Wood to shoulder a leadership role. Elise Murray, Willard. There may not be a faster guard in the Ozarks than Murray, a standout sprinter who will run for Drury next year. The 5'6" senior guard is also a 4-year starter at Willard who earned all districts and all Central Ozark Conference honors after averaging 10.6 points, 3.9 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 3.3 steals. The Tigers return the bulk of their contributions from 11 to 16 team. Lily Moore, Hillcrest. There is a photo of her trying to shoot a basket while she is being blocked during the Pink and White tournament at Drury University on December 31st, 2024. This photo is provided by Bruce Stidham. Moore played a substantial role as a sophomore in Hillcrest's turnaround 19-9 season a year ago, a versatile 5'10" small forward who can score from inside and out, and guard multiple positions. Moore averaged 13.5 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.3 assists on her way to all-district honors. She helped the Hornets to a state ranking in Class 5 much of the season. With 3 starter backs, Hillcrest looks to continue its winning ways. Aleph Benzar Greenwood. Greenwood won 17 games a season ago with a young, promising group paced by 5'7" guard Aleph Benzar. The Mulcaster College Division III commit averaged 18 points and 6 rebounds a game, and earned all-district and first-team all-conference honors. With a return of 5 starters, the Blue Jays are thinking big. Millicent Sapp, Ashgrove. There is a picture beneath her name of her in an action shot. Sapp was among the primary reasons Ashgrove went 17-9 and reached its Class II district title game a season ago. The crafty class of 2027 guard averaged 14.3 points, 4 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 2.4 steals per game last season, earning all-district and first-team all-conference honors. Sapp, who fielded an offer from Drury earlier this year, will team up with All-State junior wing Bistrolothrop in what will be one of the most potent tandems in the area. Regan Rasmussen, Logan Rogersville. There is a photo of her beneath her name as she is about to do a free throw. This photo was provided by Regan herself. Rasmussen was a force inside for a Logan Rogersville team that took 3rd at the Class 4th state tournament earlier this year. The 6'1" forward returns as a senior for a loaded Wildcats team after averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game. Rasmussen is an all-conference and all-district selection. Trista Vahorn Strafford. Strafford's Trista Vahorn, middle, during the pink and white tournament at Drury University. She is standing between 2 other girls as they are looking up for the ball, it looks like. While Strafford boasts the sensational Larson sisters at guard, it can also look inside to a proven young 6'1" post who is already being offered by Division II schools, including Drury. Van Horn was an all-district selection as a freshman last season and was big in the postseason, coming up with 20 points in the district title game. Palin Gilmore, Republic. A young Republic squad got a lot better under first-year head coach Tori Mooneyham last season with the semester addition of Gilmore. She would help the balanced Tigers hit the 18-win mark by scoring 9 points and coming with 2.3 steals a game on her way to all-district honors. Republic returns much of its talent from a season ago, and the 5'3" junior will be called on to create offensive spark and guard the opponent's best ball handler. Lexi Ringgold Kickapoo. Kickapoo forward Lexi Ringgold looks for a teammate against Staley during the Class 6 girls semi-final of the 2025 MSHSAA Basketball Show Me Showdown on Thursday, March 19th, 2025 at Mizzou Arena in Columbia, Missouri. This photo is provided by Mary Ellen Chillis. It is a photo of Lexi Ringgold shooting over an opponent's head. Ringgold, 6'1" forward, will join former Kickapoo star Delaney Wiley and NCAA Division II Newman University next season. Until then, the returning all-COC selection will be called on to help the Lady Chiefs back to the state semifinals after averaging 7 points and 4 rebounds as a junior. Eden Kippy, Logan Rogersville. There is a photo of a celebrating team, including Eden Kibbe in the center, as they hold up their award. This photo depicts Logan Rogersville celebrating cinching the Class 4 District 11 title after defeating the Reed Spring Wolves 56-20 on Saturday, March 8th, 2025 in Hollister. Photo provided by Mary Ellen Chillis. A 4-year contributor with an already decorated career, the Logan Rogersville sharpshooter is back along with the fellow standouts Buckman and Rasmussen.
Kibbe knocked down 86 three-pointers a season ago to help the Wildcats reach the Class 4 state semifinals. 8 contributors from a season ago, including all 5 starters, are back. Anya Perry, Kickapoo. After playing her first 2 high school seasons at Link Academy in Branson, the 5'9" junior guard and Springfield native is wildly expected to be among the most gifted players in Class 6. Recruiting sites say Perry can score in bunches and has significant Division I potential. The Lady Chiefs already returned a load of experience from last year's third-place state team and added more talent to their roster. Link Academy appears to have discontinued its girls' basketball program. Ari Warren, Kickapoo. Before playing her sophomore season at Link Academy in Branson, a boarding school that appears to have discontinued its girls' basketball program, Warren made a name for herself as a freshman at Glendale, averaging 13.1 points per game. The junior will add to a talented group at Kickapoo this season. Brooklyn Brandon, Kickapoo, another high-upside talent from the discontinued Link Academy's girls' basketball program. The 5'11" junior guard and Springfield natives will play her first season at MSHSAA basketball for one of the state's top public school teams in Kickapoo. Kenzie Minor, Glendale. In Central Ozark Concert East, stocked with talent, the 5'6" guard earned second-team distinction after averaging 6.5 points, 2.1 steals, and 1.5 assists per game. 4 starters returned for the Falcons, who look to exceed last year's 12-win mark. There is another photo depicting Springfield Catholic in the Class 3 District 9 championship game at Seymour High School on March 1, 2025. It's the girls' team surrounding their coach as he gives them a pep talk. Also, keep an eye on Anya Dogue, Taylor Wedded, and Katie Vaughn of Kickapoo, Gwen Kubik, Nixa, Cora Cutbirth, Aubrey Burning, and Josie Stalzer of Republic, Sonia Johnson and Serenity Johnson of Hillcrest, Sadie Lohair of Walnut Grove, Millie McPherson and Taylor Ray of Logan's Rogersville, Alice Farmer of Springfield Catholic, Peyton Ellis of New Covenant, and Alice Newman and Gaia Lodomusky of Greenwood. That concludes this article. All right, Madison. Ready?
Right. Another article that I'm going to be reading to you is now titled Sponsored Content from Gillow Center for the for Arts and Entertainment. This title is Imagine 2025 celebrates 40 years of music and community. And there's a picture of the Gilloys theater, a picture of the outside. It's dark out, it's got the town lights on, and it's got the words, be safe, be kind, and be hopeful across the banner. This article also says, once again, celebrating 40 years of music, community, and the legacy at the Gilloys Theater. For 4 decades, Springfield has marked the arrival of December with a musical tradition known as Imagine. On Saturday, December 6th of 2025, Imagine will return for its 40th anniversary, bringing it with a history as rich as the music it honors. Sponsored by Springfield Kia and other supporting partners, including Headline Productions, Brightspeed Fiber Internet, Dugout Bar and Grill, and Greek Corner Printing, this year's event, Imagine 2025, is more than a tribute. It's a celebration of the music of John Lennon and the Beatles, the artists that brought the music to life, and the art of the Gilloys Theater, which has become its permanent home. Tickets are now just $29, with doors opening at 6:30 p.m. and the show beginning at 7:30 p.m. Over the years, Imagine has continued to draw longtime fans, first-time attendees, and families and businesses who have made the concert part of their holiday traditions. And there's a picture of a photo of
A flyer?
A flyer of
For the event.
For the event. Once again, on Saturday, December 6th of 2025, and it's located at 325 Park Central East, Springfield, Missouri. The article continues with a tradition born from loss. The Imagine concert was first performed back in 1985, just 5 years after John Lennon's death, and was created by Springfield musician Ron Butler as a way to honor John Lennon's legacy. What began as a heartfelt remembrance has grown into an annual gathering that celebrates not only just Lennon's music, but the influence that Beatles had on for generations of musicians and listeners. Butler is opening the show as this year's part of the Big Beat Club, connecting Imagine's beginning to its presence. His recurring performance is a reminder that while Imagine has expanded in scale, its purpose has remained the same. And there's a photo of the Big Beat Club performing Imagine 2024, and it's a photo provided by the Gillies. Yeah. The article goes on to say, a permanent home at the I can't pronounce it.
It's okay.
Theater. Since 2009, the historic
Gilloys.
Theater has served as the home for Imagine. Built in 1926 and lovingly preserved over the years, the Gilloys is one of Springfield's most cherished landmarks. As a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Anyway, the theater relies on the community to support and maintain its operations, historic characters, and year-round programming. Imagine is the Gilloys Theater's largest fundraiser of the year, directly supporting operating expenses and preservation efforts. And when our community shows up for the event, they are also helping ensure that the Gilloys continues to thrive for many more years to come. The article continues, more than a tribute, a celebration. Imagine is known for its legendary status, a phrase echoed again and again by longtime attendees. The 2025 lineup promises an especially electrifying blend of local and regional talent, including the Big Beat Band, Brian Copeland, 70 Funk All-Stars, the Hillbenders, Guinevere Goodwin, and Red Light Runner. These artists bring a spectrum of styles like rock, folk, funk, bluegrass, and soul, and each group puts its own stamp on the Lennon and Beatles catalog. From acoustic renditions to high-energy reimaginings, each and every performance captures the essence of the music while honoring creative freedom for the musicians on stage. It is this collaborative mix of voices that have defined Imagine. It's not only a single band performing covers, but it's many artists, each interpret classics through their own lens. That diversity is what keeps our audience coming back year after year. And there's a picture of 70 Funk performing on the Gilloys stage back in 2024. Once again, the photos by the Gilloys.
It's okay.
All right. A night of music, memory, and meaning, held annually on the first Saturday of December near the anniversary of Lennon's passing. Imagine creates a space for shared and reflection and celebration. The Beatles' music, known for its themes of peace, love, connection, and even revolution, continues to resonate across generations. These universal messages are woven throughout the evening. The atmosphere inside the Gilloys on Imagine night is unlike anything else in the region. It's warm, nostalgic, energized, and hopeful. Longtime fans will sit beside young concert goers who are hearing some of their favorite songs for the first time. Local musicians who grew up attending Imagine now take the stage themselves, creating a cycle of inspiration that has fueled up the event's longevity. Now, one shining example is Guinevere Goodwin, who attended Imagine just back at the age of 15 and was inspired to pick up a guitar. Now, she returns to perform on that very stage that sparked her musical journey. And here's a picture of Guinevere Goodwin performing her Ghostlight session on the Gillozoid stage. The article goes on to continue. It says, supporting the theater you love. Every ticket sold, every raffle entry purchase, and every donation made during Imagine contributes directly to the preserving of the Gilloy Theater for generations to come. That support keeps the lights on, the doors open, and the stage active for the multitude of events that Gilloy's hosts each year. Can't attend? You can still donate here. Join the celebration. This December, be part of the tradition, be part of the legacy, be part of Imagine. Once again, Imagine 2025, Saturday, December 6th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Show starts at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $29. Experience why Imagine is. After 40 unforgettable years, it's still one of Springfield's most beloved events. So reserve your seats, support a historic nonprofit theater, and celebrate an evening of legendary music.
All right. I'll still be reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen. A look at Missouri State football's 16 new recruits on early signing day. Class includes receiver who recently flipped from UConn to Bears. This is written by Ryan Collingwood. The article starts with a picture of an Missouri State jersey with the new USA logo. In what appears to be the most well-rounded December football signing class of the Ryan Beard era, Missouri State football welcomed more than a dozen class of 2026 recruits. 15 high school players and junior college transfers made their commitments official on Wednesday, days after the first year football bowl subdivision and Conference USA members Bears 75 learned they would be playing in an upcoming bowl. MSU will likely learn its destination on Sunday. Missouri State will bring in more recruits during the February signing period. Several of MSU's latest pledges were 3-star recruits who ranked among the top 150 in the country at their respective positions. Many were offered by larger, more established FBS schools, including 6'4", 210-pound speedster Deon Thomas. He is pictured in the video below, who was previously committed to UConn before recently changing course and choosing MSU. On the article, there is a video that would depict Mr. Deon Thomas in action. Here's a recap of MSU's early signing period recruiting class. Brett Ottenmeyer, 6'4", 185-pound quarterback, St. Louis. The 128th ranked quarterback in the class of 2026, Rivals.com, Ottenmeyer, a 3-star recruit, passed for 2,860 yards for a 9-3 Parkway West High School team this past season. He completed 224 of 338 passes with 36 touchdowns and just 11 interceptions. Kent State and Miami, Ohio, also offered Ottenmeyer. Rory Butler, 6 foot even, 180 pounds, safety, West Palm Beach, Florida. Butler led Palm Beach Lakes High with 55 total tackles in 2025. He also had 4 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, and 11 passes defended. Butler was a co-captain of a 6-5 team that experienced its first winnings season in more season in more 60 years. Western Kentucky also offered Butler. Santiago Castillo, 6'7", 325 pounds. OL St. Louis. A 3-star offensive lineman, guard and tackle at Missouri Prep Power D. Smith Catholic, which won a 2024 Class 6 state title. Miami, Ohio, and Toledo also offered Castillo. Julius Dumas, 6'4", 315. OL Douglas, Georgia. Dumas starred at Douglas County High, which went a combined 20-7 in his junior and senior seasons and totaled more than 447 yards a game. Texas A&M and Pitt were among the FBS schools to offer Dumas. Cameron Gray, 6'2", 265, DL Arlington, Texas. Gray had 30 total tackles as a senior with 12 solo stops for Arlington High in 2025. Brandon Hightower, 6'3", 265, DL Dallas, Texas. Hightower brought down 47 ball carriers for a 12-1 South Oak Cliff team, ranked number 20 in the state of Texas, Rivals.com. The 3-star recruit had 30 tackles as a junior on a 13-3 team. Hightower had offers from Southern Miss, Idaho, FCS, and Sacramento State, Idaho. Amare Johnson, 5'10", 180 pounds, running back, Orlando, Florida. Johnson, a 3-star recruit, had 254 carries this season for 2,069 yards and 29 touchdowns, ranked the country's number 126 running back in the class of 2026, Rivals.com.
Good insight.
Marshall, Arkansas State, and Rice also offer Johnson. Maurice Jones, Jr., 6'3", 225, DE Orlando, Florida. Considered one of the top edge rushers in the state of Florida, Jones, 3-star recruit, was a standout at Dr. Phillips High School. He was ranked number 81 in the country at his position by ESPN. Mississippi State, Marshall, and Appalachian State among schools that offer Jones. Jarek Martin, 6'3", 190 pounds, ATH, Glasgow, Kentucky. An athletic two-way player at Glasgow High, Martin had 11 receiving touchdowns and 556 receiving yards in 2025. His team is 11-1 and is still in the Kentucky State playoffs. Western Kentucky and Southern Miss also offered Martin. Chase Madu, 6'4", 310 pounds, OL Douglasville, Georgia. Senior standout center helped Douglasville High to a 20-7 combined record his junior and senior seasons. Tulane, Troy, and Navy among FBS schools that offered per his social media page. Aiden Parker, 6'3", 220 pounds, defensive lineman, Auburn, Alabama. The 3-star recruit led Auburn High School 10-3 in 2025 with 111 total tackles, 57 solos, 11 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and an interception his senior season. UNLV, UAB, and Southern Miss among programs that reportedly offered. Jared Russell Jr., 6'4", 200 pounds, linebacker, Grand Prairie, Texas. Russell had 71 total tackles in 2025 with 33 solos, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble at South Grand Prairie, Texas, High in the Dallas area, finishing 8-2 this past season. Deion Thomas, 6'4", 210 pounds, ATH, Atlanta, Georgia. An explosive multi-position athlete previously committed to UConn, Thomas is coming off a stellar senior campaign at Westlake High. He had 27 receptions for 399 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2025 for the Lions, while also racking up 28 total tackles at linebacker with a pair of sacks. Thomas had offers from Power 4 schools including Georgia, Auburn, Florida, Oregon, Arkansas, and Colorado. Josiah Turner, 5'11", 180 pounds, safety, Forney, Texas. Turner, a 3-star recruit, racked up 43 total tackles as a senior at North Forney in the Fort Worth, Texas area, and had a pair of interceptions for a 10-2 club in 2025. Had several FBS offers, including Arizona State, Texas State, New Mexico, and others. Royal Weber, 6'3", and 220 pounds, linebacker, Snellville, Georgia. Weber had 61 solo tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 11 hurries, 3 sacks, 6 passes defended, and a pair of interceptions in 2025. Has verified 4.45 40-yard dash and 37-inch vertical. Western Michigan among FBS school to offer Weber. Travis Roman, a 6'2", 170-pound junior. Cornerback, Netherland, Texas. Roman played at a junior college in 2025, Navarro, and at FCS East Texas A&M as a freshman. He was an all-conference selection at the JUCO after totaling 17 tackles, 3 interceptions, and a pair of defensive touchdowns. Appalachian State, Kennesaw State, and UTEP among schools that offered Roman. That is the end of the article. Which one do you want to read?
Yeah. How long have we been going on for?
It's been 1 hour. We have to read one of these.
Okay.
We're going to read from one of these.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio station. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Come by and see us in person with daily deals at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. Veterans receive a 25% discount every day, providing significant savings as a token of appreciation for their service. Additionally, the store features a weekly clothing sale where all clothing items are available at 50% off every Wednesday. Seniors aged 55 and older benefit from a 25% discount every Tuesday, making shopping more affordable for the senior community.
And I'll read a quick article. This is also from the Springfield Daily Citizen. City utilities will begin going door to door in 2026 for permission to inspect water lines. Customers are encouraged to self-inspect as soon as possible. This article is written by Jack McGee. There is a picture depicting the city utilities sign in front of with some snow from winter weather in Springfield. Photo by Shannon Clay. Beginning in 2026, city utilities will begin door-to-door outreach for customers who have not completed online self-inspections of their water service lines, according to a press release. Staff will request permission to access basements or crawl spaces to inspect water service line entry points and verify service line material. If customers aren't home, CU will leave a door hanger with instructions. CU began the service line identification project in November 2024 in response to changes to the Environmental Protections Agency lead and copper rule, which required water utilities across the country to identify and document lead and galvanized steel service lines, including those owned by the utility and its customers. While CU has no lead service lines in its system, federal regulations require utilities to document all privately owned service lines, materials, and homes built before January 1st, 1989, to identify any lead or galvanized service lines, which, under some conditions, have the potential to release lead into the water. Since launching the initiative, customers have helped identify the material of more than 52,000 customer-owned water and service lines, according to the release, while roughly 38,000 lines remain unknown. An interactive map linked on this article shows the material of service lines across Springfield. CU is encouraging customers to complete the self-inspection as soon as possible. Information on how to self-inspect can be found on their website. Customers who have identified the water line material as lead or galvanized steel may request a free test from CU. Property owners may be required to replace galvanized steel or lead pipes under the new regulations. Service lines identified as galvanized requiring replacement must be verified by CU to determine if replacement is necessary. That is the end of the article. And then you read this one.
All right. The next article
It's from 417 Magazine.
it's from 417 Magazine, and the title reads "Forever Portraits with Hannah DeVeris." And Hannah Venderis is a Springfield photographer, and she turns her lens towards pets and people who love them through her business at Portrait Novella Pets. This picture is by Jordan Blomquist. What are you doing?
Okay.
By Jordan Blomquist back in December of this year. And it's a picture of, it's a photo by Katie Sinclair, and it's a picture of a woman and her dog, and they're both smiling at the camera. It looks really cute. After more than a decade photographing weddings, Springfield photographer Hannah Venderis wanted a new creative challenge when she couldn't find anyone locally offering the kind of artistic, personality-driven pet portraits she envisioned, so she decided to learn how to do it herself. She says, through photographing animals, I've discovered that this is truly my passion and has changed my outlook on life in such a positive way. After photographing dogs on and off for over a year, DeVirius officially launched Portrait Novella Pets back in early 2024 and quickly built a following for her colorful and playful style. Every shoot is unique, and some dogs respond best to treats, others to toys or affection, and she adjusts her approach to each pet's personality. Her inspiration comes from her own rescue dog named Miria. She helped me, DeVirius says, she helped me through a difficult season in my life, and I wanted to originally get photos of her to honor her for what she's done for me in my life. The sentiment extends to her golden year sessions, which capture aging pets to their favorite spots at home. A portion of each session benefits an animal nonprofit chosen by the owner. What's her name again? Hannah Venderis DeVeris also says, the time we have with our pets is precious. That's why I also offer golden year sessions, because these sessions allow people to honor their pets and to be able to cherish them in these beautiful and sentimental photographs of these four-legged family members forever. That's the end of that article.
All right. Excuse me. I'll be reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen. Pickwick and Cherry partners with customers to provide Thanksgiving pies for homeless dinners. Thanks to customer sponsorship, the small kitchen will add 43 homemade pies to Thanksgiving dinners for unhoused people. This article was written by Joe Hadsall. There's a picture at the top of Jennifer Wallen as she prepares apple pies for the Thanksgiving holiday. Photo by Ellie Freistek. The sticks of butter and margarine are more than just ingredients for pie. They are building materials. Inside the freezer of Pickwick and Cherry on Tuesday, November 25th, space was at a premium. Ordinarily, there would be space for someone to stand, but the space was occupied by trays upon trays of pie crusts awaiting filling. Each large tray held 4 crusts lined on aluminum pans. In order to keep the hand-crimped crust from getting smashed, sticks of butter became bricks and struts, holding trays as straight as possible. The construction tactic is used to describe how many pies the bakery is making over the next few days. Structural butter and margarine, said Katie Kring, owner of the venture. That's how many pies we're making. There's another photo of a finished cranberry pie, which is one of the options to order from the Thursday feast. Pickwick and Cherry is a self-described training kitchen and occasional bakery. The holiday season activates the occasional bakery operation, Kring says, as the small business prepares treats for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and other holidays. The kitchen has found a way to rally its customers to help people in need enjoy the same kinds of desserts. When customers place their advance order, they had the chance to sponsor a pie for $24, at about two-thirds of a pie's normal cost. Each of these sponsored pies will be donated to one of 2 community partners that are arranging meals for people in need this Thanksgiving. This year, about 43 pies are being donated to St. John's Chapel United Church of Christ and St. John's, it's okay, Episcopal Church, and will be included in food baskets or served at dinners. For every pie that we make, people are getting to make a contribution to the community, Kring says, but also we are making a donation in that respect. There is a photo of Katie Kring and Ryan Malik working together. Katie Kring is handing Ryan Malik ground ginger to add to a pie recipe. This photo is provided by Ellie Fritzdak. The window for ordering pies closed earlier in the month of November. Now the bakery is working to fulfill all those orders, sponsored pies included. Before that window closed, Kring said that they would be making pies to fulfill orders, whether they get sponsored or not. It's no small effort. The season of sweets requires several hands of help, moving in the kitchen's small confines to make pies, breads, and much more for those Thanksgiving dinners. What the kitchen called Pie Apocalypse starts with making crusts. About 8 ounces of dough made from scratch is flattened in a roller affectionately named Rollin'. After that, crusts are placed in aluminum pie pans and given a crimped edge by hand. From there, what happens depends on the flavor of the pie. Pies such as blueberry and cherry get crust caps once the filling is placed. Some of the apple pies get a streusel topping, and the pear pie gets a special granola topping. Each pie gets a special ribbon that is much more than decorative. The almost 2-inch wide ribbon, carefully chosen by Kring's mother, are color-coded so that the workers can identify a pie at a glance. The variety of flavors is the key part of this effort. Kring said recipients get to order a flavor when signing up for the dinners. There is a photo of an oven full of about 14 pies.
14? You actually counted?
Mm-hmm. These flavors, based on the caption, include apple, pumpkin, and pecan. Kring has also served the homeless community through efforts such as the Springfield Street Choir, a singing group she co-founded with Kenny Kabak. That effort reaffirmed the importance of accessibility to enriching experiences. And the ability to choose a pie flavor is a critical bit of agency and self-control that people should have, Kring said. A lot of times when people are experiencing homelessness, you feel like you are stuck with whatever you get. So it's easy to get into thinking that whatever happens, happens, and they don't get to make choices, Kring says. There are a million reasons why people end up in hard financial and living situations, many of which are external to them. But it is helpful to feel like you get to choose and to feel like a person. That is the end of this article.
Let's see. All right. Next article is from Springfield and Greene County. It's the library. What is OACAC?
There we go. Just say that.
OACAC. I'm not sure what that means.
Just read it out.
But anyway, the OACAC team up for the holiday food drive. Each library branch is accepting donations of non-perishable, shelf-stable foods until December 14th of this year. This article is by Joe Hadsall.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a picture of the new Springfield Greene County Library as someone is sitting between 2 bookshelves. And this photo is by Ellie Freistick. Okay. The Ozarks Area Community Action Corporation has teamed up with local libraries to fight growing food insecurity. Branches of the Springfield Greene County Library District will collect non-perishable food items until Sunday, December 14th, according to a press release. These donations will be collected by OACAC as it is distributed as its main facility, as well as area food pantries and Head Start locations. In November, several Springfield businesses and nonprofits mobilized after a record-setting government shutdown led to the suspension of SNAP benefits. The food drive has been organized to help recover from that interruption, as well as to assist with food insecurity during the holidays. Organizers are seeking shelf-stable, non-expired foods that can stay fresh without refrigeration. Suggested items include, but are not limited to, these items. Canned meat. Just add water, soup, mac and cheese, or pancake mix. Ready-to-eat canned pastas and stews. Popped tin cans are preferred. Tuna packets, oatmeal packets, peanut butter, and unopened or individually wrapped snacks like cereals and pasta. OACAC is a network of private, nonprofit organizations that assist low-income families. Online donations can also be made onto the network's website. The library has 10 locations across Greene County, including Ash Grove, Fairgrove, Republic, Stratford, Willard, and 5 in Springfield. And that's the end of this article.
All right. I'll be reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen. Chick-fil-A to open 6 Springfield store near West Bypass, Sunshine. Guests can get a free meal by dressing up like a cow on opening day.
What?
Sorry. This article is written by Ryan Collins. The 6th Chick-fil-A restaurant in Springfield will open Thursday near the intersection of West Bypass and Sunshine Street. The new restaurant will open at 6:30 a.m. December 4th, located at 3883 West Sunshine Street. According to a company press release, the store was announced in early 2025, according to previous Springfield Daily Citizen reporting. Guests are invited to wear a full cow suit or cow-spotted accessory to redeem one free entree or kids' meal, according to the release. The restaurant is open from 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday for dine-in, drive-through, carry-out, third-party delivery, and mobile pickup. The franchisee, Houston Phillips, will celebrate the opening with a $25,000 donation to Feeding America, which will be distributed to partners in the greater Springfield area. The new Chick-fil-A restaurant will create approximately 120 jobs, according to the press release. Chick-fil-A is the largest restaurant franchise in the U.S., with more than 200,000 employees at more than 3,000 restaurants across America, Canada, and Puerto Rico, according to the release. The privately held company was founded in 1967. I do apologize. All right, Madison.
All right. Next article is by Steve Polkin Columns. And it's Answer Man, what's going in at former Walgreens at Grand and Kansas Expressway? Well, as we see here, there's a Walgreens that's all boarded up. There's no cars, not even a Walgreens logo. There's work being done on the former Walgreens at West Grand and Kansas Expressway, and the reader wants to know what's going inside. This photo is by Steve Polkin himself. Answer Man says, what's going on with the vacant Walgreens at Kansas Expressway and West Grand Street? The lot is fenced off with DeWitt construction signs on the fence. Rita Devis of Springfield says that. The Jordan Valley Community Health Center. Hang on.
Oh, I apologize.
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties back there. And continuing, the Jordan Valley Community Health Center brought the former Walgreens, which ended up closing in February and August, and will remodel the 14,094
square feet.
For its, yes, 14,094 square feet for its elderly care program. This building is at 1931 West Grand Street, and the service is called Program of the All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly, or PACE. And there's another picture of the Walgreens fenced up near the new Jordan Valley. The Jordan Valley Community Health Center brought the former Walgreens, which closed back in February, and will renovate and remodel that much square feet for its elderly care program. Once again, 14,094 square feet, once again, for its elderly care program called PACE, or the Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. This photo is also by Steve Polkin. The elderly care program currently is in space at the Health Center's clinic across Kansas Expressway at 1720 West Grand Street, which is the site of a former price cutter which closed back in 2015. It has 50,466 square feet. The health center expects the former Walgreens building to open up in the middle of 2026. Ryan Cougar says that. Ryan Cougar is also the vice president of operations for the Jordan Valley Community Health Center. He says, "We are going to remodel the PACE space at 1720 West Grand to help us support our pediatric dental residency program that we are starting. To qualify for the PACE program, you must be 55 or older, certified to need nursing home care, and you have to live in the Jordan Valley Senior Care Services area. You also must be able to live safely in the community with the assistance of Jordan Valley Senior Care Services at the time of enrollment. All of Greene County is within the Jordan Senior Care Services area. The health center's website has more information on the PACE program." That's the end of that one. Next one.
All right. I will be reading from the 417 magazine. How Springfield Ballet has shaped dancers and the arts for 50 years. Take a look inside Springfield's ballet's milestone year, the students who are reaching national programs, and the new leadership shaping the future. This article is written by Jordan Blomquist. As Springfield Ballet prepares to celebrate its 50th anniversary in 2026, the organization looks ahead to a new era of artistry and inspiration. This milestone season welcomed Jose Soares as co-artistic director, joining longtime leader Marie Valquez and guiding the company's next chapter. There is a picture of the Springfield Ballet logo that says Springfield Ballet, passion for dance, poise for life. The school's young dancers continue to shine on national stages, with several earning acceptance into top-tier summer intensives and year-round programs at prestigious ballet schools across the country. There is a photo depicting a female and male ballerina performing the Nutcracker. Photo courtesy of Springfield Ballet. Leading Springfield Ballet into the future, Maria Valquez began dancing at Springfield Ballet at age 7 and continued as a student through her high school graduation. She went on to train at the Conservatory of Music and Dance at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, before dancing professionally. Velasquez returned to Springfield Ballet in 2021 as school principal, later moving to the role of Associate Artistic Director. She now serves as co-artistic director of Springfield Ballet. Ballet is a universal language, she says. People can find joy in all types of art. From music to dance to theatrical elements, there's something for everyone here at Springfield Ballet. The sense of connection has fueled steady growth, and in recent years, the company has expanded the Nutcracker from 4 to 8 performances, increased class enrollment, and reached all Springfield Public Schools Title I elementary schools through outreach and in-school performances. For Soares, who joined in 2025 after years of guest teaching and performing with the company, the role of co-artistic director is both an honor and responsibility. Trained in Brazil at a Russian school And at Joffrey Ballet Chicago, he brings a focus on technique, artistry, and dancer well-being. I am not only training skilled ballet dancers, but I like to believe that through the discipline of ballet, I am helping shape a generation of thoughtful citizens who develop an appreciation not just for ballet, but for the arts in general, Suarez says. There's another picture depicting 27 ballerinas on stage performing the Nutcracker. Wow. Rising stars of Springfield Ballet. This year, 3 dancers, Grant Davis, Adelina McDonald, and Eva Johnson, earned acceptance into top-tier national ballet programs, a testament to their dedication and the caliber of training they receive. Grant Davis accepted into the Rock School for Dance Education. Years at Springfield Ballet. 3. Springfield Ballet has become a place where I've grown not only in my technique, but also in my discipline and confidence as a dancer, Grant says. What I love most is the physicality of dance. When I'm moving, I can feel my body getting stronger and more capable. After auditioning for the Rock School's summer intensive, Grant was ecstatic to receive his acceptance email. I'd only done 1 ballet audition in the past, so to get accepted into one of the best ballet schools in the U.S. was shocking, he says. While there this past summer, he was most excited for the opportunity to have 5 weeks of men-specific training in all aspects of ballet, especially jumps and turns. He credits Springfield Ballet rigorous training and encouragement for helping him get there. Springfield Ballet has given me a strong technical foundation and has taught me how to work with consistency and dedication, he says. These attributes help me learn new skills daily when I'm at specialized programs. Adeline McDonald accepted into 32 summer intensives, including Ballet Met, Nashville Ballet, the Rock School, Kansas City Ballet, and Ballet West. Age when she joined Springfield Ballet. 3. Growing up with such amazing teachers and people to look up to definitely shaped me into who I am today, and I wouldn't want it any other way, Adeline said. She describes dance as freedom, an art form that lets her explore her technique and expression in equal measure. After an exhilarating audition season, Adeline received dozens of acceptances. When I saw the Rock's email, I was thrilled, she says. It was at the top of my list. She attended the Rock School in the summer of 2025. Beyond perfecting technique, Adeline values the discipline that came with life, with living in dorms during intensives and preparing for performance showcases. Springfield Ballet taught me skills that I will need for later, adult life, and such as self-discipline, motivation, and more, she says. Eva Johnson accepted and attended Kansas City Ballet, Cincinnati Ballet, Littleton Ballet Academy, and Springfield Ballet. Years at Springfield Ballet. 10. I love how ballet makes me feel, Eva says. It's an escape from the rest of the world. It's a unique feeling like no other. Auditions haven't started yet for the summer of 2026 intensives, but Eva is most excited to learn from teachers all over the world who have had different kinds of training. She looks forward to continuing her training and cherishes the friendship she built with dancers from across the country. Springfield Ballet has given me great training and has taught me everything I know, she says. They have taught me about respect towards myself and everyone around me, discipline, technique, and stage presence. I owe everything to my teachers, especially Ashley Page Romanes, Jose Serrares, and Marie Velasquez. They've always believed in me and pushed me to the best version of myself as a person and a dancer. How you can enjoy the ballet this season. Springfield Ballet promises a memorable experience. Plan your visit today. The Nutcracker, December 18th to the 22nd, 2025. Springfield Ballet's beloved holiday tradition returns to the historic Lounders Theater for its 40th anniversary. Follow Clara's journey through a dreamscape of toy soldiers, waltzing flowers, and the Sugar Plum Fairy in this milestone production of the Nutcracker. Beauty and the Beast, May 15th through May 17th, 2026. Experience the classic tale through the elegance of ballet as Beauty and the Beast takes the Lounders Theater stage. This full-length production combines grace, drama, and heart in a celebration of storytelling through dance. There is a flyer of the Nutcracker that lists the information I just stated for the Nutcracker performances. And that is the end of the article.
All right, next article. Children's Mercy Springfield to build, got $30 million.
To build $30 million.
Ozarks pediatric facility. The Mercy Springfield got $30 million. Is that what it says?
It says Children's Mercy Springfield to build $30 million Ozark pediatric facility.
And that basically is saying it.
Yeah, that's the title.
All right. Anyway, the new facility will house Mercy Pediatric Primary Care and Children's Mercy Pediatric Specialties. This article is once again by Ryan Collins. Here there's a picture of Children's Mercy Hospital, a rendering of the Children's Mercy Pediatric Clinic planned for Mercy's Springfield South Campus in Ozark, provided by Mercy. The photos provided by Mercy. Children's Mercy will build a dedicated pediatric outpatient facility on Mercy's Springfield Community South Springfield campus, and it is expected to cost $30 million. It's the latest step in the pediatric agreement Mercy Springfield and Children's Mercy inked in 2024. The new facilities will take up 2 stories spanning 40,000 square feet at Mercy's South Springfield campus, and it will be located at 3050 East River Bluff Boulevard in Ozark, according to a November 19th joint press release. The outpatient facility will provide improvised access to specialized pediatric care in Southwest Missouri, according to the press release. The new facility will house Mercy Pediatric Primary Care and Children's Mercy's Pediatric Specialties. Construction will begin by the end of the year with a tentative. Yeah, with a tentative. Like, what does that mean?
It's a tentative. I will explain after.
Okay, a huge opening in December of 2026. At a news conference following the announcement, hospital officials say the new pediatric clinic will also be a standalone building, and it will be separate from Mercy's nearby orthopedic hospital and emergency department that has opened up this week. Debbie Shravotskop, Chef Administration Officer for Children's Mercy, said at November 19th, "We are so excited to announce that Children's Mercy with Mercy Springfield Communities will be opening a brand new pediatric outpatient facility. We will be opening in December of next year and bringing a 40,000 square foot, 2-story beautiful building built just for kids here in Springfield." The article goes on to say, funding details will still be worked out, and new facility will be able to handle outpatient services. And it's a picture of Debbie Shravotskop, the Chief Administration Officer for Children's Mercy on the left, and John Myers, President of Mercy Springfield's Community on the right. They talked to the media about the new project between the two healthcare companies. This photo is by Ellie Freistack. Shravotskop also says, funding details for the new standalone pediatric unit are still being worked out by the hospitals. We will continue to explore all of the funding opportunities, the admission officer said. Certainly, this is a
philanthropic
endeavor that we will work with our community and our systems and make it come to life over the next year. In November of 2025, Children's Mercies officially started seeing pediatric patients on On Mercy Springfield Community's main Springfield campus, according to previous Springfield Daily Citizen reporting, with a joint operating agreement, Children's Mercies agreed to manage Mercy Springfield Hospital base and specialized pediatric care. Springfield's other major hospital systems is also a standalone pediatric center. In June, Springfield's other major hospital system is also building a standalone pediatric center. In June 2025, Cox Health and St. Louis Children's Hospital finalized an agreement to build a pediatric hospital inside Cox Health Springfield's facility and a new ground-up pediatric specialty care center. This care center is scheduled to open up in 2027. Hospital-based pediatric services will continue to be handled at Mercy's main Springfield's campus. The new facility in Ozarks will handle outpatient services, Shirotskop said.
Mm-hmm.
In total, Mercy owns about 50 acres off the Evans Road and Highway 65 intersection in Ozark. John Myers, president of the Mercy Springfield Communities, says at the press conference, he says, while the company declined to comment on future projects for the site, expansion plans are already in the works. Myers said, we have a plan to expand going to the west. Shirotskop said at the event, the pediatric outpatient clinic will eventually include laboratory and radiology services, as well as the pharmacy. She then went on to say, this will be a full spectrum of care that we can bring to families. And that's the end of that article.
I'll be reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen. City opens survey for convention center project following voters' rejection of hotel tax. Springfield voters rejected a proposal in November to raise the hotel tax, with 52% of voters opposed. This article is written by Jack McGee. There is a photo of the empty lot next to Springfield Expo Center that has long been considered a possible location for a new convention and event center. An editor's note discloses free access to election coverages is made possible by Merrill Lynch Nelson Helm Group. The City of Springfield has opened a survey as part of a broader outreach effort to collect feedback on a proposed convention and event center, following voters' narrow rejection of a hotel tax increase in November 4th special election. Had it passed, the measure would have increased Springfield's hotel tax from 5% to 8% of overall tax rate on sleeping accommodations, including the base sale tax rate from 13.1 to 16.1%, not including any additional taxes in special taxing districts. Expected to generate about $4.5 million per year initially, the increase would have provided a critical funding source for 250,000 square foot convention and event center project, estimated to cost $175 million as proposed in a market demand and feasibility study recently conducted by Hutton Partners. While the city has yet to publicly announce a specific location for the project, the study firmly suggests the economic impact of a new convention and event center would be greatest if the facility was located near downtown amenities, and points to the vacant city-owned property between the Springfield Expo Center and Jordan Valley Car Park, which has previously been envisioned as a possible site for a new convention center, as a potential development area. Hutton Partners estimated that the proposed facility could generate $1.347 billion in new spending over the next 30 years, as well as $63.3 million in state tax revenues and $68.7 million in local tax revenues. The study also identifies the need for a 400-room connected hotel, estimated to cost an additional $209 million, among other recommendations. The Springfield City Council has already allocated more than $30 million towards the project, most of which is intended to provide the required local match for a $30 million state budget earmark, which is currently designated as restricted, but could be released by the governor. City officials have previously stressed the city must spend $60 million by the end of June 2026 in order to get the full $30 million from the state, which will be provided as reimbursement if released. City Manager David Cameron previously indicated the hotel's tax measure is still on the table as city officials reconsider how to fund the project and secure the state earmark. In the aftermath of the election, Cameron acknowledged that some voters may have been skeptical of the project's economic impact and uneasy over the project's unknowns. The survey, which closes December 19th, is intended to help the city determine what information residents need and better understand community priorities and concerns, according to the release. Results will be shared with the City Council and the city's leadership team. We've launched a community survey because we want to hear directly from Springfield residents about your thoughts on the convention and event center discussions, Cameron said in the release. Whether you supported, opposed, or didn't vote on the proposal, your perspective is important. The survey helps us understand what questions you have, what concerns you'd like to address, and what information is most helpful as we consider next steps. It only takes a few minutes, and we truly want to hear from as many people as possible. While outreach information is used to help the city understand geographic trends, responses are otherwise anonymous. In addition to the survey, the city plans to hold listening sessions. That is the end of this article. Madison, would you like to read the next article?
Is I-44 corridor near I-44 loop, Limestone?
I am unsure, but I think we need to read this article.
Because that's where we're going to be moving.
Madison, we have to be reading the article.
This article is about weather. Springfield sees its first snowflakes of the winter season, SPS dismissing as normal. Springfield can expect anywhere from a dusting to a half an inch of snow on Monday. And this article is by Jackie Rohwald. But I'm used to snow.
It's Madison, we're reading the articles for other people.
Anyway, there's a picture of downtown Springfield, a map, a historical marker in downtown Springfield, and it's covered in snow, and it was taken by Ellie Frystack on December 1st of this year. So, yeah, Springfield saw its first snowy mix of winter this Monday morning. Shelby Melto, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service, said that she received reports of snow throughout the Ozarks, as well as some light freezing rain to some areas of west of Greene County. She says, we are expecting this light winter mix to continue through the morning hours. She said on December 1st, and then later this afternoon and this evening, we are going to see more of a transition to a band of light snow that is going to move through the area. Melto went on to say, the Springfield area can expect anywhere between a light dusting to up about a half inch of snow. Some areas could see up to an inch of snow, even an inch and a half of snow, Melto also said. She also said, these areas are going to be more confined to more north of the area, north of I-44 corridor. And there's a picture of footprints in the snow outside the Foster Recreation Center on the Missouri State University campus. Once again, taken on December 1st, Monday of this year. Photo also by Ellie Frystack. As far as Tuesday through Wednesday goes, Melto says she doesn't expect any more precipitation for Springfield, and temperatures will warm back up in the 40s. Will warm back up to the 40s. But then beyond that, we're going to drop back down to the 30s on Thursday. We might even see some more precipitation towards the end of the week. She then added, as it stands right now, we are not expecting too many road impacts from this activity. However, if it does end up becoming a little bit heavier than what we were thinking, we could see some sleek spots on the road. The weather and its related forecast did not lead to many weather-related closures, and as Springfield Public Schools and Missouri State University held classes as normal, SPS announced that it is keeping its regular dismissal schedules while reporting that it would monitor weather and road conditions throughout the day. The district dismisses schools between 2:20 and 4 p.m. each day. Stephen Hall, Chief Communication Officer for the district, said that based on current conditions, no adjustments appeared necessary. He said in an email, Team SPS regularly monitors weather conditions and safety is our first priority. At this time, it is not necessary for SPS to modify operations due to inclement weather. In the event that adjust to operations become necessary, we will continue to communicate. We will communicate those details to staff, students, and family. And that's the end of that one.
All right. I will be reading from the Springfield News-Leader. Missouri sports betting likely to alter cross-border patterns revenue. This is written by Celade Kern from the Beacon. On Sundays, Spencer Murray has been driving across the border into Kansas to place bets on sports. Murray, a Kansas City resident, said he's always loved watching sports. When he learned about sports betting via social media, he started placing bets on the Chiefs. I'll go on Sunday mornings, so probably once a week, maybe twice if there's something fun, Murray says. Or if I'm over there, running errands at Overland Park or visiting family in Prairie Village, I'll put it in. Most of the time, Murray has kept it simple and found a parking lot to place his bets, and he wasn't alone. Murray said he often seen other people parked and on their phones on the Kansas side of the border. On Sunday mornings, there's usually a few cars that you can tell are placing bets, he said. Or if you're just driving, you'll see cars parked on the side of the road that are probably doing that. There is a picture depicting sports betting apps as shown on a smartphone, provided by Christina Tenos. But when he gets a group of friends together, they've gone to a bar on the Kansas side of State Line Road to bet as they watch the game. Murray and his friends are among thousands of Missourians who cross the border into Kansas, Illinois, and other states to bet on sports. Of the 8 states that border Missouri, only one, Oklahoma, has not legalized sports betting in some form. There is a picture that shows dozens of states across the country that are shaded in blue that have legalized sports betting in some form. There are 11 states that are shaded in white to show that they have not been legalized. This is provided by American Gaming Association. Between September 5th and October 21st, 2024, GeoComply, a software company that checks sportswear users' locations to determine whether they can place a bet, identified more than 260,000 mobile sports betting accounts in Missouri. During that time, more than 3,700 Missourians traveled to Kansas and more than 2,800 traveled to Illinois to bet on sports, according to data from GeoComply. The phenomenon is similar to cross-border shopping, according to Adam Hoffer, the director of excess tax policy at the Center-Right Tax Foundation. In Missouri's case, just based on where the state population is, you're definitely going to see an impact on neighboring states, Hoffer said. In November 2024, Missourians legalized sports betting, and on December 1st, 2025, sportsbooks went live within Missouri borders for the first time. Murray, who spoke with the Beacon a few days before sportsbooks launched, said he's excited about the change. It was time for it to happen, he said. I think, no matter what your opinion is on it, people are going to other states. People are going to do it regardless. There is a picture showing the data from GeoComply. Between September 5th and October, thousands of Missouris crossed state lines to place bets in sports. This picture uses orange dots to show the location of Missouri sportsbook users who then traveled, indicated by the orange lines, to locations in Kansas, which are indicated by blue dots, to legally use Kansas sportsbooks during that period. This map is provided by GeoComply. He said he appreciated the greater accessibility of not having to travel to place his bets. While he thinks he'll be more or less the same amount, he is looking forward to live betting, which he said wasn't an option much of an option before. As Missouri bettors stay in their homes and neighborhoods to place bets, other states will feel the impact of lost revenue, Hoffer says. Missouri expects to collect about $28 million in tax revenue from sports betting annually. Although the state stands to collect revenue that would otherwise go to neighboring states, Missouri is late to legalizing sports betting, which means it won't attract as much cross-border betting from its neighbors. However, as the Midwest embrace sports betting, some states' sports betting tax policies could drive bettors into neighboring states, Hoffer says. I don't think Missouri is going to be a huge winner in terms of an influx of cross-border bettors. Where they might see it most is actually from Illinois, because Illinois just placed a per-wager tax, he said. What we expect to see as a result in Illinois are fewer smaller bets. Illinois bettors can, if they're near a border with Missouri, dodge that tax by getting across the border. So I do think Missouri will see some net influx from people living in neighboring states, he added. I don't think it's going to be enormous, but I do think that there will certainly be some bettors looking to avoid the higher taxes in neighboring states. An advantage of being a later adopter in that Missouri could evaluate other states' sports betting tax policies to see what works best, Hoffer said. I think that's quite helpful in this case, he said. If I were to design a sports betting tax structure from scratch, I'd pick the way Missouri designed it. The rate of 10% is going to put them close to the median rate. Sports betting taxes aren't competitive in the same way as taxes on cigarettes or gasoline, where prices, and in part taxes, are advertised on billboards on the sides of the highway so consumers know where to shop for the best rates, Hoffer said. Still, higher taxes can mean sportsbooks have to worsen the odds for their customers in order to ensure that they make a profit. As a result, worse odds could push bettors to nearby states with lower taxes and better odds, he said. Sports bettors, like a lot of other cross-border shoppers we see across the country, will know where they can get the best odds for their wagers and will bet accordingly. All right, that is the end of this article.
I was looking at the time, by the way.
Yep, we have 10 minutes left. We're still good.
Next article is by GEOF.
Jeff Pickle.
Kind of a weird way to spell Jeff.
It's okay.
I mean, okay, this article is by Jeff Pickle, and it says, St. George's Donuts expanding to Nixa. That's right, St. George's Donuts is adding a shop in Nixa. Nick St. George, who also owns a company stores at 3628 East Sunshine Street in Springfield and 1415 West Highway
Highway J
in Ozark, said his goal is to open the new Nixa location at 701 North McCroskey Street in spring of 2026. Village Marketplace landlord Jared Commercial and Management LLC first teased that St. George's Donuts entry in a November 21st Facebook post. St. George said that he signed a lease rate for undisclosed terms to Occupy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Occupy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Occupy roughly 1,300 square feet in Village Marketplace. The lease initially runs 5 years and has 2 5-year options, he said. He also said via email, the reason I chose Nixa is because it's a nice growing community. I liked the location on Highway 160. It is visible with high traffic. Also, I was excited to get a chance to work with Jared Commercial for the first time. As with his 2 other stories, St. George said that he would own the Nixa St. George's Donuts via NTSG Enterprises LLC, which is a South National Avenue store down in Springfield, as well as a location in Marshfield. And they're separately owned in the St. George family, according to past reporting. Next one.
All right. I'll be reading from the Springfield Daily Citizen. Council previews plans to encourage missing middle housing on city-owned property. Of the 49 vacant city-owned properties identified as suitable for missing middle housing, 10 are considered shovel-ready. This article is written by Jack McGee. There is a photo of Steve Chidler, the city's director of planning and development, talking about the city's efforts to create a land bank on Thursday, August 28, 2025, in Springfield. While the future of a Springfield land bank remains in limbo following a recent Cole County Court ruling that invalidated the legislation allowing its formation, city officials are moving forward with an initiative to encourage the development of missing middle housing on vacant city-owned properties. Steve Childers, the city's director of planning and development, provided an update on the city's efforts to develop a strategic housing missing middle and fill program to the Springfield City Council at its Tuesday, December 2nd study session. Missing middle housing refers to a range of multi-unit or clustered housing types between single-family homes and mid-rise apartment buildings that can be easily integrated into existing neighborhoods to provide housing diversity, according to the Ford's SGF comprehensive plan. With the goal of increasing the affordability and accessibility of housing and encouraging reinvestment in neighborhoods, the program is intended to establish a process by which private developers and nonprofit organizations can develop missing middle housing on vacant property. Site constraints hinder development of vacant lots. While the program can eventually include property acquired through a land bank, the city is currently focusing on a city-owned property. Of the 732 city-owned parcels in Springfield, only 145 are vacant. Of those 145 parcels, the city has identified 49 that have the potential for missing middle infill housing. Some of these lots may not be developable, Fowler said, of the 145 vacant lots. They could be floodplains, there could be sinkholes, there could be reasons why there are vacant lots. These are vacant lots. Only 10 of these 49 parcels are currently considering shovel-ready, meaning the redevelopment could begin almost immediately under the proposed program. While the remaining 39 have the potential for missing middle housing, many of those parcels have site constraints that may be first addressed, including improper zoning, city lines, and lack of sewer access. There is a map depicting these locations in the Springfield Greene County area. Zoning issues may be resolved during the upcoming citywide mapping process, through which the city plans to rezone certain properties in center city neighborhoods from single-family residential to residential mixed-density neighborhood low, or RMX1, which will accommodate missing middle housing types. Additionally, Childers said planning staff were working with the Department of Environmental Services to see about adding sewer systems to some of these vacant properties. As part of the missing middle program, the city is proposing to reorganize how it disposes of city-owned property acquired through the nuisance abatement process. Currently, the process of acquiring and subsequently disposing of nuisance properties can take up to 5 years and cost more than what the city makes in revenue from surplus property. We're trying to figure out a way to move faster, turn these vacant lots into housing units, and maybe find processes where we can become more efficient, we can become more effective, and we can actually be doing something that balances out a little bit more, Gelder said at the December 2nd meeting. City proposes reorganizing disposition processes. The current disposition process requires the property acquired through a quiet title judgment goes from the Land Inventory Committee, which designates surplus property, determines its market value, and sets restrictions on its sale before the city solicits bids for the lot. From 2013 to 2020, the Land Inventory Committee sold 97 lots for a total of $1,223,186. In contrast, between 2020 and 2024, the city's Department of Building Development Services spent $3,256,653 on the nuisance abatement activities, which must take place prior to any acquisition efforts and quiet title litigation. Childers noted that hundreds of properties are currently going through the nuisance abatement process and have the potential of entering the land bank in the future. Under the new process proposed to the City Council, the city's Department of Economic Vitality and Planning and Development would evaluate lots for the highest and best use, determine a market value, and solicit a request for applications, which would be scored and awarded by a new infill program committee. Rather than selling surplus properties for the sole purpose of disposing of them, the city would instead sell or potentially give these properties to private developers and nonprofit organizations with the intent of them developing missing middle housing, to the extent that the city would be able to claw back property if the applicant has failed to develop in...
The time is 12 p.m.
Nice. Then a specified time frame. However, the missing middle program is intended to expedite the development process. In evaluating the best use for property, the city would also develop pre-approved plans for missing middle housing, equipped with design guidelines and density limitations. We've already pre-permitted what can go on the lot. It's ready. We're just going to say, hey, if anybody wants to develop on this lot, then submit an application and we can move forward like that, Chowder said while snapping his fingers. So we're creating the process to be able to move quickly. Chowder said that the city would evaluate the potential for missing middle housing on city-owned lots, using a similar process to how it reviews other developments and applications. Just like any application would come to the city, we go through a pre-development process for the application. We're taking our own lots. We're sending them to the pre-development process and we're evaluating whether or not these lots are shovel-ready, Chowder said. And through that process, we're evaluating what the density could be on those lots at an appropriate level. All right, Madison, would you like to read the outro?
Well, that's all the time we got for today. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. I'm Madison.
Tune in. We gotta finish.
Yeah. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 magazine. Listen after we are live on the audio reader network at www.reader.ku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's carrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio.
All right. Would you like to say goodbye?
We hope to hear you guys later. I'm Madison,
And I'm Savannah.
and we hope to hear you guys again soon.
Good job.
I just thought we'd do a little fun intro after that.